Welcome back to Broken Sword, Shadows of the Templar, Director's Cut. My name is Eric, and we are back with Nicole, and now we're in one of those additional scenes from the Director's Cut. We just did the part in Ireland with this extremely suspicious and very, very, well, I can't even find the words for it. Very sneaky killer Khan dressed up as the pixie Seamus driving a red Ferrari. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense, does it? So, we have a new message. Or several, maybe.
I had messages waiting to be played.
You have 3 messages.
Hey, Collard, it's me, your favorite editor. Guess what? I'm gonna give you a second chance. I need somebody to write the TV column. Pays lousy, so what's new? If you're interested, drop by the office. In fact, drop by the office anyway. We have to talk, Nico. That
Well,
story of yours I spiked. It won't go away. You've made some dangerous enemies out there.
Hey, Nico, it's your old pal. I mean, your new pal, George. Whoa, Ireland. It's a whole different country. And I got some amazing news for you. Gem of a story, in fact. Oh, gotta go. Yeah, fella here's got a drink lined up for me. See you tomorrow, Nico. Slàinte. Yep, only here for a day and I'm speaking the lingo like a local.
Mademoiselle Coulard, this is Imelda Carchon. I wanted to thank you for being so understanding when... Come to lunch, why don't you? Tomorrow. I might have more news. There's a Monsieur Merlon coming to see me this evening. He says he knows why Pierre was murdered. In fact, he'll be here shortly. I shall let you know what he says. Goodbye, dear girl. Till tomorrow.
Well, she's dead.
My God, Merlin's the killer. I better get over there and warn her now. When it came to being two-faced, Imelda was up there with the best. I owed her nothing, but I couldn't just let her die.
Well, you have a conscience at least, Nico.
I arrived to find the Palais Royal courtyard deserted. I only hoped that I'd beaten the assassin here. I had to warn Imelda before it was too late.
Well, let's get going then in such case. If you're in a hurry to save the bitch queen and everything.
A doorbell.
Yeah, so use it.
The intercom system wasn't working. Bad sign. Somebody had cut the wire.
Well, this is just getting better and better. And the door is of course locked.
No way was I going to break through a door like that.
I think you can more than that, Nico. Well, I guess we have to... There's the window that he got into last time.
Only I could get up to the window.
Well, we have a ladder here.
Fixed tight. Presumably to stop critics stealing it. Who else would want to?
You have a point. But there seems to be some kind of ropes here. Perhaps we can loosen them. Seriously, it's that simple?
I unhooked the first wire.
Wow. Not much of a protection, is it? And shouldn't it, like, fall in the other directions?
The second wire. Even with both wires removed, the statue remained upright.
Well, it's rather stable, but it still should be able to move in the wrong directions if pushed. So, even with the wires.
If I could deconstruct this, I could deconstruct anything.
Well, why didn't you deconstruct the door? Well, up you go. I hope you guys can't hear the wind in the background. There seems to be quite a storm outside and I'm sitting by the window while playing. So if there's any howling, it's because of the wind.
The plastic sheet was thick and strong. I'd need more than my hands to tear it.
Yeah, the killer cut this thing open, got in and killed Carchon in the beginning of the game, and it seems like Mrs. Carchon is going to die, so we need something sharp, and I can only think of this thing. That's great. Leave your fingerprints and everything later on too. Very simple way to get inside. Isn't that something that shouldn't be possible. Doesn't seem to be anything else we can interact with in this room. No. Oh, let's hurry. I guess here.
My God, I'm too late.
Well, Monsieur Merlin has killed her. Well, not really surprising.
Imelda. Oh no. Nico? Don't worry, you're going to be alright.
You know that isn't true.
It was Merlin, wasn't it?
Dressed as a cavalier. How absurd. You came to warn me, didn't you?
I must be crazy.
Let me see you, Nico.
All this time you were just using me. Which one is the real Imelda?
You are an extraordinary girl. Thierry would have been so proud of you.
You didn't know my father.
So like him. Something about the eyes. I wish we'd had time to get to know each other.
Well,
She
you
was
were a bit
good.
of a bitch. I'm not sure that...
She cheated me, lied to me, used me. But why?
Because that's what she did, and I'm not sure you would have liked to be friends with her anyway, even if she did survive. Oh, let's have a look at her.
Even in death, Imelda looked the same. Beautiful, inscrutable. The Ice Queen alone in her ice palace.
Oh, I guess that's kind of an unwitting Frozen reference. By the way, no, haven't seen that movie. Never got into that craze. But she has a locket.
I opened it. Inside was a tiny gold key.
Well, let's pick that up.
I took the key. I had to leave. I knew I could never return.
Well, short and scripted and everything, so... Well, we got a small gold key,
It was
There
the
it is.
key from Imelda's locket.
and there was something that I couldn't unlock and open last time, and I know where it is. It was right here. So let's have a look.
In the dim light, I caught the reflection of something metallic. A small, sinister-looking metal disc had been tucked under my father's box. It was a bug. Oh, chère cousine. You left me a little present. You shouldn't have.
Oh, that too. How very kind of them. The people. Whoever they are that are spying on her.
You don't scare me. Espèce de...
What the hell? What did she do with that? I thought she was going to flush it down the toilet. Oh well. Ah, there. That was the thing I was thinking about.
The box was carved by my father. It never had a key. The elephant on the lid
Because-
was a perfect match to Cochon's.
Exactly, because you didn't have the key. Because Imelda, the queen bitch, had it.
I took out the key. I couldn't believe it. Imelda's key opened my father's box. I dreaded what I was going to find inside.
Well, the third piece of the picture.
It was a photograph of Imelda. But why here? In my father's box. I
Huh?
felt as if a black hole had swallowed me up. Imelda and Carchon grinning. While behind them a village was being razed to the ground. Its people butchered.
There we go.
And there, next to them, staring out at me across the years, my own father.
Well, he didn't look too happy about
There
it.
was a letter. I feared there was even worse to come.
Ooh, let's read it.
Hotel St. George, Algiers, Friday. My darling Thierry, by the time you read this, you'll be safely out of Africa. You need not fear. Pierre and the organization do not know who you're really working for, or about us. Did you think I would betray you? I could not. You wanted me to leave him, but I don't have your courage. I
Whoa,
know too much
that's
of what
an
has
interesting
been going
thing.
on here. They would find me and they would kill us both. Enjoy your life in Paris, Thierry. Your life of honor, of patriotic duty. Do they give medals to spies? No. They'll just give you a funny job in an embassy somewhere. I could never share that with you. Imagine me, a diplomat's wife. So I must stay here with Pierre, the two of us bound together by what we have done to this country. Au revoir, my love. You will be in my heart until I die. Imelda. Suddenly everything made sense. My father had been working undercover for the government. He was one of the good guys after all.
He was? I'm a bit confused. I have to honestly say I'm confused by
He
this.
and Imelda must have fallen in love. She'd found out who he really was, so he had to leave. It had broken her heart, but she had never revealed it to anyone. I knew I couldn't either. Whatever he was doing, he'd had good reason to keep it secret. I decided I would respect that and tell nobody.
Very unjournalistic of you. You have a soul. I'm impressed. Yeah, and I don't like journalists that much, honestly. But I guess most people don't. At least not the tabloid people. There are some other really good journalists. Wow, you sat there all night? My God.
I knew it was George. For a moment I was tempted to pretend that I was out. Or ask him to go away and come back later. But then...
Aren't you tired?
Hello, George.
Whoa. Okay, we're back to the old part of the game.
So, where did you stay last night?
At McDevitt's. I got to drinking with Doyle and a couple of the guys.
That explains why you look so ill today. Did you get any sleep at all?
Not much. I had to share the room with another guy.
Did he snore?
Hardly. He was dead. Then Leary woke me in the middle of the night to help bail out the cellar.
The cellar was flooded?
Yeah, some idiot had left the faucet running.
And you say
Whoops.
Pete Ram has disappeared?
Without a trace. But my visit wasn't a complete waste of time.
Pete Ram's gem?
The Templars gem. Whoever Jacques Marquet is, he's in for a disappointment.
Jacques Marquet?
He's the guy who should have collected the gem from Fitzgerald.
What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
Right, Montfaucon. Well, you can really hear a difference between the old part of the game and the new additions in the director's cut. Both, well, the actors sound a little bit different, and of course the sound quality. My goodness, I haven't really thought about that. It sounds like they're in a tin can. Probably just as good quality as it is with my recordings, since I don't have a proper microphone and everything. But I'm guessing that we need to get some clues out of our conversation here so we know where to go next.
Do you want to look after the gem?
No, George. I'd be too tempted to sell it.
Who wouldn't?
Let's
Let's
take
have a
another
look.
look at the manuscript.
The Hanged Man in Montfaucon. Is Montfaucon a place? Oh my goodness, I don't really know at all. Because we have this and we need the tripod, John Dee's tripod, from the museum.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
So, it was Musée Kroon that had that.
There's a guy working on a loom.
And me butchering the French language quite seriously here,
There's a
probably.
woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
I think this one has the connection with Montfaucon.
A knight with a crystal ball. The knight's scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
Well, that didn't help us at all. Yeah. Can we leave this? I have to look at everything
Look there,
first.
2 guys on the same horse. What
Yeah.
are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is...
Okay, so that's all we have there. What else can we do? Can you tell?
No way. That is not a good idea.
Nice, he actually brought the tool with him too.
Look, Nico, a handful of plaster.
Put it on the table. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is it that men never really grow up?
What's your problem, sister?
Your pockets stuffed with useless junk like little boys.
You never know when useless junk might come in handy.
Precisely. You never know. That's the key to every adventure game. Pick everything up.
Do you want this photograph back?
No, you keep it. I can always make another print.
Well, I think we've done everything here, so...
I can't sit here all day, much as I'd like to.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobinot at the Kron Museum. And why don't you see if Rosso has heard anything?
Okay. Anything else I can do for you while I'm out? Shopping, a trip to the laundromat?
Just take care of yourself.
Well, that's good. Thank you, at least pointing me in some direction.
I so much wanted to talk to George about everything that had happened, but I knew I never could. My father's connection to Africa would have to remain a secret forever. His bravery would be known only to the government and to me. Revealing it would just damage his memory. People would take the story and twist it. Before long, he would be the villain and Carchon would be the hero. I know how they do that. I'm a journalist.
Alright, so let's see what's up on the map here now. We have 2 locations we can't go to. We have Musée de Kron, Poste de Police, Rue Jarry, Chandelle Vert. Well, let's go to the police and talk to the wonderful Sergeant Moo. Mr. Mo. He's an idiot, but still, I like the character. I'm having a beer, by the way.
Yes.
Got some new options here.
Have you heard of a man called Marquet?
Yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
Ah, good. That's what I needed
Which
to know.
hospital was Marquet taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic in the Avenue des Hérissons.
Well, thank you very much, Sergeant Mood. Now I know where to go next. I guess I'm going to the Hagenmeyer Clinic.
Why was Marquet known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he lived in Montmartre, I suppose.
Yeah, but why the mole?
I don't know. Maybe he ruined people's lives.
Oh my. You're a genius. A proper freaking genius.
I'd like to report an assault.
Yes, monsieur? Where is the victim?
I'm the victim. I've been harassed by a pair of thugs.
I see. And where did this alleged assault take place?
Outside the Hotel Ubu. They stopped me as I was leaving and went through my pockets.
Could you describe the suspects, monsieur?
One looked like a gorilla, and the other looked like a weasel. Their names are Flap and Guido.
Bon. I'll get them this time.
Good. Well, thank you, Sergeant Moo. You have shown us the way.
See you later, Sergeant.
Let's see now. Aha! There it is. Hospital. Here is the hospital. What? Okay.
There was no sign of the crew of the ambulance.
Ooh, can we go for a joyride? Or steal something from it at least? Something useful?
I felt a little guilty as I tried the door, like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary tremble in my hand and pulled. The door was locked.
Well, thanks for the suspense game. Ah, well, nice looking everything here. A lot of plants inside here. Wow. What's that?
The guy seemed to be practicing his air of authority. Today, he was working on his withering stare.
Well, let's talk to him. He's a doctor.
Hi, my name's George Stobart. Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
Well, let's ask for him.
I'm looking for a guy named Jacques Marquet. In which department does he work?
He doesn't. He's a patient.
I see. You do realize there are strict policies regarding visiting hours, don't you?
Maybe.
This is important. I have to talk to Marquet urgently.
We make no exceptions to the rules.
It's a matter of life and death.
The well-oiled running of this hospital is a matter of life and death. That's why we have rules.
Well, I guess so.
I think I ought to warn you that Marquet is not what he seems.
Explain yourself.
He's in league with a bunch of guys who want to take over the world.
Nonsense.
This sounds stupid.
Besides, Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive private rooms.
Well, wasn't that breaching the privacy?
Could you tell me who Marquet's employers are?
Certainly not.
Let's see now.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, sir, I do not.
Well, that's a blessing. Well, let's
Thanks
talk
for
to the
your help.
receptionist then. No, we shouldn't go in that direction. And let's talk to her.
Excuse me,
Yes, sir?
is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plans. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
It's scary.
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
Well, that's good. At least Merlin Khan, or whatever his name is, hasn't killed anyone yet.
I'm here to see Jacques Marquet.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
Well, I'm not.
No, I'm conducting a private investigation.
Then I can't help you.
Oh boy. Oh well, but we have some things we can
So,
ask
do I
about.
get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
Well, I do have an idea, but I want to still disturb her a little bit.
Has Marquet been visited by a man in a clown costume?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
Well, there's Theodore the Bear. He comes every Thursday to entertain the children. Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
Well, that would be kind of scary in any case, especially if Khan dressed up as Theodore the teddy bear.
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from the zoo.
Yeah, they might have actually. At least one of them.
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
Ta-da!
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see. He was on
Good.
Ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's Nurse Grendel's ward.
Ooh. Can't be good when someone's named Grendel. The mother of, what was the name of the monster in Beowulf? Damn. I can't remember.
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade.
Heyo!
Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
Oh, I want to know more about this.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J. How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Bear left past the administrator's sauna. And turn left at the end. That's J2. And good luck.
Wow, this sounds like a complete maze
Thanks
of
for
a
your
hospital.
help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's see if we can find our way around here then.
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
That's seriously a weird machine, yeah.
He looked blissfully happy, for no apparent reason.
Well, some people find joy in the most weird things.
Hello.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
It's a deal.
How very nice of you, George.
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the corridors?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would. With a friend like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He is.
So I guess you're from the psych ward then.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
Okay.
How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you? I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted.
So do I.
Snorking behind my back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull through.
I just have a feeling that we need to sabotage Mr. Shiny later on.
Do you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
Well, he's definitely no help.
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
Well, we still need to find J2.
Hey now, you can't go in there.
How come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
Okay, well, there we go. Now we know what probably to do. Just for that, I need to get into the cupboard. Just because of that. And there's actually the cable to Mr. Shiny. But for now, I'm going to leave it at this. And I thank you all for watching. And I'll see you in the... Well, I'll see you next time. See ya!